I'm here in the mission about bonds, which is mission 9. I just wanted to take you to slide 4. When I did this mission, I thought, if I were just learning about how bonds were traded, I might run through this 3, 4, even 5 times so I get the connection between market interest rates, the bond market price, and then the yield of that bond. So thought I would show you that. I also want to go and show you.
There are two common, a zero coupon ready to earn some points. Use the calculator in your backpack to find the answer to this question.
Well, right before slide 7, you would have learned the difference, and make sure you get this between coupon bonds and zero coupon bonds. So that's going to be important in answering these questions. I will just tell you that Monique's hints will come in very handy in figuring out these math questions. So don't forget to just run your cursor over Monique to get her hint.
Now try, here's one
and
more.
There's a number of
now
questions.
That you know how bonds work, let's look at the differences between government bonds and corporate bonds. The U.S. Treasury bonds and municipal bonds are. Now let's look at corporate companies issue bonds. It's time to earn some more knowledge points. In this game of drag and drop, see if you can match each description to the type of bond it describes. Click Next when you're ready to play.
Okay, so you would have learned also now the difference between government bonds and corporate bonds and some of the advantages and disadvantages. You'll need that information. Here's a game that you'll play for points that you'll do better if you took your time going through the 411.
Historically, the stock market has, but there are disadvantages to owning bonds. Second, with corporate bonds, there are third-party sources such as Moody's Investor Service.
Here's some information about bond rating codes. Back in the environment, you'll see something on one of the desks that has this information for you. So you'll have some questions about bond rating codes. So that's going to be important. Pay attention to this.
There is a strong relationship between the credit rating of a corporate bond and its coupon rate at the time the bond is issued. Here, see for yourself. Click the sample average coupon rate for each bond rating to build a graph of the relationship. Now do you see the relationship? The lower the bond rating, the higher the coupon rate. A lower bond rating means higher risk. The more risk you're willing to take, the higher the reward you're likely to receive.
So this is important information, and there is a chart that looks just like this. And there'll be some questions that you'll need to answer. So I'm going to leave the 411 right now, and I'm just going to click around and show you where some things are that you're going to need. I'll tell you that having the glossary handy is going to be helpful. Here's how to read a bond table. You're going to need how to read a bond table so that you understand well, the bond table that you'll be asked about, which is right here. So you'll find that right there. Here's the bond directory. There are questions where you're going to use that folder. Here's what I referred to. There's the bond rating codes. And here's where you'll get the bond ratings relationship to the coupon rate. So you see that again. Oops, I keep going past it. Okay. That might be the 411, and I don't want that. If it is, oh, I'm going to get out of here.
You're here to brush up.
I had a feeling that was going to happen. That may be, here we go. Here's how a zero coupon bond works, so you get a review there. And here's how a coupon bond works. So there's some good information here. So that's the end of my screencast on mission 9. Just take your time and be careful, especially with the credibility questions. A mistake that I made, and I didn't get all my points, was that, and one of them, whenever you see the little boxes in the credibility questions, You're supposed to check all of them that apply, and on one question I saw a correct answer, checked it, and then went to submit, and of course it was wrong because there were other correct answers. So sometimes they only want one correct answer, but if you see the check boxes underneath the questions, there's probably more than one right answer, so keep checking. Right, and I'm going to do a screencast now on mission 7.